Hi guys, it's Maxine and thank you so much for watching. So today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a big color transformation. This is my normal client. I'm always doing balayage or highlights on her, but now she's finally ready for like a big change. Perfect timing for fall and everything because we're going to be going a lot darker in the back and we're doing what's trending now, a nice block highlight in the front, a very much like a color block type of a color. So I have here sectioned off where I'm going to be doing the color block for the platinum blonde, and I just sectioned off the whole front area, and that's what I'm going to be double processing, and then the whole back area is where I'm going to be putting the single process, which is going to be like the dark brown, like a level 5 type of a color. So yeah, if you want to see how I'm going to do this transformation, then definitely keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up for more color videos in the future, and follow me on Instagram. It's at Maxine Glynn, and yeah, like stay tuned till the end to see the final reveal of how pretty the color turns out. Obviously you saw it in the thumbnail, but I love how this came out. So yeah, definitely keep watching. So in the front here, I'm doing diagonal sections and I'm doing a regular highlight, back-to-back highlights, but sliced. And yeah, this is my double process. I'm putting it in foil so that it processes nice and even and highest possible lift. I mixed up Matrix Light Master with 20 volume because she's already super blonde and her natural color is very light already, so she doesn't need tons and tons of lift. And I'm just leaving it off the root about a ½ inch, and that's when I'm going to go back in later and double process the root part. But this is just so that it all lifts nice and even. And yeah, so I'm just going to be following this diagonal section all the way up to the very top. And I'm just sandwiching a foil over the top because I don't want to fold this up too much. I really want it to lift nice and evenly. And the sectioning that I'm going to be taking to put in each foil is very, very thin slices, like very see-through pieces, because I want to be able to definitely saturate both sides of this slice evenly so that there's no issues. I don't have to go back in and, paint a bunch of foils and everything. Like when I go back in, I'm just going to be painting the root, but like the rest of it will be good to go, So just save yourself some time and take a lot of very small sections. Another trick for this to go very fast and so that you don't have to use that many foils is when you lay your section down, you can lay it down very wide like this, how I laid this foil like horizontally. I didn't have to like take a very small section of hair and fit it into like this little piece of a foil. I just took the whole slice and I just laid the foil horizontally. I just feel like that saves so much time, And this is what I mean when I say you don't have to go crazy with doing too many foils. I'm just laying this section onto this previous horizontal foil. This is like the top foil that I overlaid. So yeah, that just saves a little bit of unnecessary time and effort. And I know it can be kind of repetitive to watch the same thing on each section over and over again. So yeah, I just sped this last bit up. I think I have like a couple foils left and I just sped it all up so it's, quicker to watch. And now I'm just folding the sections out of the way so that they're not in the way of my next sections that I'm going to be working on. So yeah, I'm just folding them out of her face and away from the other sections. And I know my client's going to lift fast, so I'm just checking to see the progress on what her color is looking like now. And as you can see, it's nice and blonding. It's starting to blonde up nice, but it still has like a lot of brown in it and everything. And yeah, so obviously it needs to continue lifting to get to that nice banana yellow color. But so yeah, I'm just tucking it away. And now I'm on to the single process. I have here mixed up Matrix Color Sync, 2 ounces of 6N and a half ounce of 10CG. And yeah, I'm just working this all on her roots. I'm dragging it down kind of like a color melt, but yeah, I'm just dragging it on her roots, and I'm going to be very neat about this. Like, obviously we don't want this touching where we're going to be having the double process blonde, so be very neat about your sections. Instead of doing this single process going upwards like how you would normally do a gray coverage touch up, I'm doing it downwards. So I'm starting on the bottom half of her hair, I'm sectioning and dragging the section down, and this way none of the dark color will bleed into the blonde foils. I'm also only dragging this dark single process color down halfway for now because the ends are a lot more porous than the roots are and the mid shaft is, because it's so much lighter and it's been blonded a couple of times. So yeah, I don't want the ends to get too dark. If anything, we want to keep the ends a little bit lighter. So I'm definitely keeping this color off of the ends just for a little bit longer. So for the underneath section, my client wanted to add a couple of chunks of some darker color, so I just took Color Sync Matrix 5N and some 6CG, and I'm just doing some chunks of color underneath that are darker. And I didn't show each foil that I did here because it's like boring to watch, but I basically probably did like 5 foils, 1 in the nape, and then I probably did like left, right, and this one is the last one that I'm applying. Now with the single process base color, the 6N and 10CG, I'm going to be putting this in between all of the foils and extending this down onto the ends just so that I can be done with the underneath section. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is taking the whole rest of the hair and extending now the color down to the ends of these sections so that the whole back single process darker chunks is all done and good to go. And this is like the color block, like to protect it, I'm just taking some foils and putting them on top of this darker color just so that it doesn't touch this blonde. And now it's time to do the roots for the double process, and I'm just taking the foils out and extending this back towards the single process. But because we covered them with foils, we're completely good to go, and we don't have to worry about any, cross contamination of color or whatever. Like, we definitely don't want any dark color touching this blonde. So make sure you really, really foil it up nice to kind of protect all of this color. And yeah, I just like going back towards not towards the face, you know what I mean? Just because I want everything to get out of my client's face. It's sometimes annoying to keep clients with foils in their face, but you just can't help it. And yeah, I'm just taking this double process and painting this all over her roots. And every couple of sections, I'm laying down a foil just to maintain the heat so that this lifts nice and quick. And I'm just finishing it off with a foil on the top to get this all out of her way and also to get some heat in the hairline, And right when I was done, I let this all process for 25 minutes after I finished applying. And so now it's all good to go. I'm pulling all of the foils out and I'm just sectioning off the top blonde part and making sure that I don't touch this dark color on it. The first thing you want to do is wash out, just rinse out all of the dark color, totally get as much dark color out as you can just so that there's no issues with blotchiness, with the blonde. And now I am taking off the lightener. And now I'm just giving my client a nice good shampoo to make sure all of the lightener and color is completely gone. I gave it a really, really good rinse, a quick condition, and now I'm just towel drying it. And the glaze that I mixed up, I actually mixed up the glaze before I even took my client to shampoo at the sink, but I just wanted to show you guys that I mixed up 10V SPV and clear, all equal parts in Color Sync. And yeah, I wanted to do like a nice violet-y toner to try to get this nice and platinum, but I also wanted to put some clear in it so that it didn't get dark, and I wanted to keep it as light as possible, which also helps it too to not deposit too much violet, because I kind of wanted to keep this like a buttery kind of blonde. I wanted it like a buttery platinum type of a color, not like a silver grayish ashy, because next to like the dark color, I didn't want it to look like too Cruella de Vil kind of vibes, if you know what I mean. Although we were joking, me and my client were joking about how she should be Cruella de Vil for Halloween because this is literally perfect. But I just feel like it's super like complimenting on her skin tone to keep it just a touch buttery, especially if it's next to like a dark brown like this. And I let the glaze sit on for about 5 minutes, and I absolutely love the color and how it came out. I always like to check it really quick before I take it down. And yeah, that is how it came out. And now I'm just combing it out. And I love blow drying the front first to give it like the final reveal, because I'm usually a very patient person, and I feel like anybody who does color and is a hairstylist kind of has to be a patient person if you're doing like big color projects like this. But I just want to see this color right away. Like, I don't want to wait. I want to see exactly how it turned out right away, and I want to see what's it look like around the face and around the top. So I always blow dry the very front hairline and the very top where they part their hair, because I just want to see it right away. And I know that all of my clients love seeing it right away also, because it's just fun to just see the final result right off the bat. And then the rest of the time we're styling the hair and blow drying it and making it, you know, style ready for pictures. It's nice because we already know what it's going to look like. And now I'm just doing some loose waves in the hair. I believe this is a 1-inch curling iron. And yeah, I'm just keeping it very like loose and relaxed and a little bit straighter around the face. And yeah, I love how this turned out. My client's obsessed with it. She was really looking for a nice big change. This color transformation was a lot of fun to do, and if you liked watching this tutorial, then definitely subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up for future color videos. Also follow me on Instagram. It's at Maxine Glynn. I always post pictures of hair. And also definitely hit the bell to turn on post notifications so that you are always notified when I post a new video. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breathe.